What's up, guys? Welcome to the Rest Hold Podcast. This is episode 5, brought to you by your boys, Tanner Fred, and me, Zach Foreman. Tanner, say what's up.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you all had a good week. A lot of interesting stuff this week to talk about. You know, some rumors flying around just about the state of WWE as it is.
Yeah.
So
more releases.
Right
More releases.
Interesting releases. But let's just jump right into it then, talking about the releases. NXT released, what was it, a dozen people?
Yeah, at least, right? It was a long list.
I think it was a dozen. List. Yeah.
Notably,
Bronson Reed, I think, was one of the 3 big notables. We'll start there.
Yeah.
Really weird one for me. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan in the world, but still felt like they were using him.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny is before he got that big push where he was North American champion, I was the guy like, Bronson Reed's doing nothing. They have nothing for him. And then all of a sudden, you know, he caught traction, like people got behind him. They put the North American title on him, and then I feel like a blink of an eye, and now you're releasing Bronson Reed.
Yeah, I don't know. His salary couldn't have been like a budget thing.
No, it couldn't.
So, like his salary couldn't have been that high.
No.
And I don't know. Maybe they just they were out on him now. But it seemed like I know they had said. I think Meltzer had mentioned that this was a Vince thing, and that H had no say in what had happened. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about that, right? Because they're doing the
NXT Rebrand.
It's heading in an entirely different direction.
I think they're going to move it back to like more of a not performance center kind of thing, but more of like a developmental territory rather than an actual
having
brand.
Stars, which could lead to people like Cross and Cole and the main roster. That's it.
But I also feel like it's going to have a severely negative effect as well, because I don't think people like Johnny or Ciampa and stuff are going to want to be on the roster.
They didn't want to go up in the first place. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how it plays out. Another one that stood out to me, mostly just because of the storyline, is Tyler Rust getting cut.
Sorry, and then one of the 4 notables then. Yeah. I just felt like he was, I mean, I know he wasn't doing anything, but he was on TV.
And he was part of the Diamond Mine. They just made the Diamond Mine.
They just did the Diamond Mine. And I understand, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. You could just put another person in the Diamond Mine.
I'm sure they will.
Kind of serves the same purpose, but it did feel weird that they were doing this thing. And again, that probably, adds to the accuracy of the fact that Triple H really did have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, because why are you starting this new faction with, putting Roderick Strong in there, Malcolm Bivens is a good manager, he's fun, so I don't understand it, why all of a sudden you have this guy that was getting built up. Don't forget that a month ago or whatever, Tyler Rust was doing, promo videos, promo packages, he was on TV every week.
With Bivens,
and now he's just gone. So they clearly saw something in him, at least Triple H did, and then...
What's interesting is to keep it in that same thing. Bobby Fish.
Oh, yeah,
He got cut as well. Yeah. Which I thought was probably the most shocking one, personally. Maybe Reed, either him or Bronson.
Yeah.
Just he was a vet. His contract couldn't have been that big. And I guess the same issue is, what do they really have for him? And does Vince really pay attention to what goes on down in NXT?
It seems like no, right? Mm-hmm. Unless it was just a matter of we're clearing roster space, we're clearing cap space because we're just going full new young blood, right? And then Bobby Fish, he's old. Unfortunately, everyone else in the Undisputed Era has a story going on, and Bobby Fish has nothing going on. I hate to say it, but that just seems like he's the odd man out.
That is
true. The short straw.
That's a good point. And what I was just thinking about now, and I just forgot it as we were talking about it, so we'll just move on. And if I remember it again, we'll
nice.
Bring it back.
Love that.
Leon Ruff was the 4th notable for
Leon
me.
Ruff.
And I understand he hasn't been on TV in a while, but that's still a guy that was a champion not that long ago.
No, and to think about the guys he was working with Swerve, who's now North American champion. Mm-hmm. He was working with Santos. He was working with Damian Priest, who's on the main roster in a title feud.
Yeah. So it is interesting to see him gone. And again, I think that's just.
And if they're going with the young developmental angle, you still have to have people that are there to lead the way, right? So you like Bronson Reed, you don't like Bronson Reed. He's been wrestling for so long. Maybe that's not what you're looking for. You can't, a tiger doesn't change his stripes, right? Mm-hmm. But you still need vets. So I think Johnny will be safe, Ciampa will be safe, but you need guys.
I don't think those guys will be fired. I could see them leaving and doing something else, but I don't think they'll be terminated in any way.
So it's just weird. Hopefully these cuts kind of slow down.
I saw this is what I remember what it is now.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet by somebody, or it was like a comment on one of the cuts, and that was if you really, the cuts themselves as cuts aren't that surprising, and that kind of took me off guard and then the guy would go on to say that if you really look at the WWE roster, not the NXT roster, not top to bottom, so all the way from Raw through the Performance Center. Their roster is massive.
Yeah, no, it
like,
absolutely is.
Too big. So, like, the cuts do make sense just from, like, even if you're paying each guy, like, $50,000.
It adds up.
That's a lot of money that's going to start to add up.
Right. I totally get that. And you're not using everybody clearly. So, like, why hold on to them? Even on their end, like, go let them work elsewhere.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what a lot of these guys want to do. But it's just, like, the quantity of cuts.
Yeah.
It's so many cuts.
Yeah, that's true. It's got to be at least, like, 40 since, like, the first ones.
Oh, yeah, I think.
Like, the first pandemic ones, right?
The
at
first
least
round
40.
of cuts.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy is that, like, they lasted so long before even making the first one.
Yeah.
And then they just started funneling in. It's just been like, all right, everybody's out. So, I mean, hopefully it slows down a little bit. I don't want to see any of my fan favorites go. I mean, of course, that's me being selfish.
Yeah,
you don't want anyone to lose their job.
Yeah.
But so far, Bray Wyatt's been the one that's like, wow, can't believe that happened.
Yeah, I think that was the one that was, like, really out of left field.
Yeah. And then, to tie it back in, are we getting worked by Bray Wyatt?
I don't know. So, I don't know if you guys saw Bray Wyatt's Twitter. First of all, his Twitter is still Bray Wyatt WWE, which,
right.
I mean, at the end of the day,
don't put too
could
much
mean
into
nothing.
that. Yeah.
But that tweet was really weird.
Yeah.
And for those who didn't see, it was like a picture.
Kind of looks like a Jeff Hardy mask.
It was like have you ever seen, like, those old, like, Chinese, like, dragon masks? It kind of looked like half of one of those.
Yeah, and, like,
and it
Jeff
said,
Hardy's face.
what did it say? Like, you can't kill it?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like you can't kill it.
Yeah.
You can never kill it.
Yeah.
And that felt really weird.
And, like, sure, that could just mean his character. Like, he's going elsewhere.
Yeah.
But...
especially when he just got cut.
Yeah.
And, like, so, like, even if he wanted to compete, it's not for 3 months.
Yeah.
It's a 90-day no-compete clause.
Yeah.
So it'd be a weird time. I mean, but again, it could just be... I mean, I know I was scrolling through his Instagram just to look at the stuff he's posted in the past. He's a bit of a weird guy.
Yeah, he posts weird stuff.
He's a little bit of a weird guy.
Yeah.
So it's really not too far, like, out of character for him.
Yeah.
So could mean nothing, could mean a lot of things.
Yeah, and I'll go tinfoil hat guy for a second. After we recorded last week, I couldn't get over the Bray Wyatt cut, so I looked into it a little bit more. And one of the big things is they cut him on a Saturday.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Like, these are weird things that aren't typical of WWE business. He was a solo cut, which isn't typical. It's usually in bunches. So I was like, maybe I'm getting worked, but we're probably just talking ourselves into it.
Yeah, I definitely think he's gone, and I definitely don't think he'll be back anytime remotely soon.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, if they do, it's the best story they've had in the last decade.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday watching NXT, we talked through a potential
we definitely overbooked
best
ourselves.
SummerSlam outcome maybe ever.
Yeah.
And it was involving Bray Wyatt, so
we'll spare you guys that, so you don't,
you don't get your hopes up
the
too
end
much.
Looks like, you don't ruin it for yourselves,
but the story's there if it happens.
If it happens, yeah. We did it first.
Yeah, just know that. We actually wrote it into WWE.
That'll be a give me the pencil segment after SummerSlam, so that you guys can be disappointed after SummerSlam.
Yeah, so when it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, SmackDown this week. I think the big thing just to talk about was the Finn Roman stuff.
Yeah.
It seems like this is a direction they will move if Roman wins, and I think even if Roman loses, I think Finn's next man up.
Yeah, I think they kind of set it up where now there's a legitimate beef between Cena, Finn, because Finn wants that shot. He doesn't care about Cena. He's, still there working. And there's still the beef with Roman now because Roman chokes him out. Like, it beats him up. The bloodline jumps Finn. So, I mean, the story's there. These are two guys that I want to see work. I personally don't want to see Finn beat him.
Yeah,
so
me either.
So if Roman does beat Cena, I don't want Finn to be the guy that beats Roman.
Really good for Finn, though, to come up to the main roster and just
be right back
right in, just right back on top. So that's good for him.
But. I mean, tying back to what we were saying about the NXT guys, that's got to make you feel a little bit better that Finn comes back up and he's right there.
Yeah, because I don't know, because it's again like you said, it's back up. Yeah. It's not up for the first time.
Right.
Like they obviously saw something in him the first time to win the Universal title. So like it's not just like there's this guy that they have untested on the mainstream audience.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it could give you a little bit of like relief, as I'd be like, all right, well, it's possible.
I think for guys like Adam Cole, that's a good sign.
Yeah, I think so.
Because Adam Cole, who's so over, who's so popular.
If he comes back.
Yeah, that's. I mean.
No word on that yet.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We could go over it all again, but if Adam Cole leaves, it's a really bad loss.
Awful loss. But again, I know I don't remember who had said it, but someone had mentioned like, I mean, as money is great and all, but then working with your spouse or significant others, it's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah. I mean, Britt Baker's doing good things over in AEW, so and he's friends with all of them. I don't want to look too much into that. I feel like he's got the red carpet laid out for him here in WWE, and as a WWE fan, mostly I prefer him to stay there. So
I had this issue with I'm not gonna shit on AEW, but we'll talk about it for a second. And I know that everyone's talking about how great AEW is doing, and all these guys are going there and they have their own creative direction, and this, that, and the other thing, and they're getting the pushes they deserved. And are they really?
And there's only so much TV time, and there's only so much roster space.
There's one belt. 2 belts.
Everybody's a faction.
They have like the FTW belt or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever Taz's belt is. Yeah. That doesn't mean anything. So they have that. They have the main belt and the TNT belt. Title. And then you're defending like belts from like 8 other different companies, which are
which
cool.
is just Kenny.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his face? Lance Archer too.
Lance Archer now, but like, and I don't want to like.
Is that the desirable
location? At Malachi Black or anything, but like, because he was cut, he didn't leave. It's not his fault. Like, is what you're doing with Cody that much better than what you were doing? Like, is Cody that much of a higher pedestal than like the Intercontinental Championship?
No, and it's not. The thing is, it's not.
That's what's interesting.
That was Cody's peak in WWE.
Yeah.
And sure, AEW's taken off. He's much better now. He's doing bigger things. He's already transcended that level. But like. It's not greater than. There's no title involved. And I know, you have to get booked first. You have to, build yourself up. You can't just everybody be in the title picture. But, again, Aleister Black got cut. But, for other people, like, are you doing a lateral move, or are you switching companies to get, a title?
Yeah,
so I don't understand. But, just to talk about that segment for 1 second. Cody... And again, I'm not crapping on AEW.
This is this past Wednesday? Okay.
Cody, he cannot help himself.
No, he really can't.
But to make the scene about him.
Yeah.
He got squashed. He did a job. I was like impressed that he did a job. And then, of course, he has to do the fake retirement. Oh, we have the best fans. We're doing this. We are competition. We're taking over. Okay, we get it. You love talking about WWE. You have to. It keeps everybody relevant. Competition breeds success. I get it. But you faked retirement just to like get yourself back over so the fans still were talking about you. And sure, the segment ends with Malachi Black putting him down a second time, and I'm sure that's just to further the feud. But it really was unnecessary.
Yeah.
And it's so bad.
I think that's like from early on, like with AEW.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad for Chris Jericho, because I feel like he really does, like externally, he really tries to rein it in a little bit.
I almost feel like Jericho's the person putting himself over the least. And like,
absolutely.
He was champion. He's in the biggest like non-title feud.
And I'm not even talking about like from a wrestling standpoint too. Just like externally, like with the interviews and everything. I feel like he's the one that's like how Vince made those comments about AEW, and it's like it's not comparable to WCW. Which I'm sorry, AEW fans, it's not right now.
Not yet.
It's not the same kind of feud.
Its trajectory is there.
It'll make its way there potentially, but right now it's not the same, even remotely close, especially numbers wise. But that's on both sides. And Jericho's like, yeah, but they're not competition for us either. We're not worried about them. We're not trying to be WWE. We're trying to be AEW and worry about our own stuff.
Right.
So I feel like he's the only one that's like, hey, let's just worry about what we're doing.
And everybody else
is WWE this, WWE that.
Everybody's posting pictures. The Elite posted a picture. It was like Kenny, the Bucks, and the Good Brothers, and they were like wearing Ric Flair gear. Like, guys, enough.
Like,
I get part of it is like chirping is a competition. That's what it does, right? Like, you stay relevant by making fun of other people. And I'm not saying AEW needs to do that because they're pretty relevant right now as it is. But like, as a bystander, when I watch AEW, I just want to see a different product.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear about WWE. I don't need to know that WWE Raw is boring. Like, I get it. I do. I know it because I watch it. I'm watching you to get something different.
This is, and I'll go on like a little bit of a weird, small tangent, and this is kind of where it comes up with the, a lot of people talk about the LeBron James versus Michael Jordan GOAT debate. If you're the best, you shouldn't have to tell everyone you're the best.
Yeah.
People will say it for you. And if you have to keep saying, we're better than WWE, we're better than WWE, there's a reason you have to keep telling people.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah.
Just do you.
And AEW has an insane fan base.
Yeah,
Trust
their fan base are crazy.
when they're telling you they're better than WWE. Like, they will let you know. The show doesn't have to do it because the fans online will do it.
Yeah.
But I digress. Back to Friday Night SmackDown,
SmackDown,
which is the best show on TV. The best wrestling show on TV. No questions asked.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah, sure.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
And then NXT.
All right, that's fair. Okay. I was going to argue, but
anyway,
we'll leave it.
Sasha, Bianca, building towards the rematch.
Yeah.
The now confirmed rematch.
Yeah, but, like, we knew this.
No, we knew it, but...
I'm not that excited, honestly. Like,
yeah.
I'm more excited... this is going to be really weird, because it's probably not the better feud. I'm more excited about the triple threat on the Raw side because of the prospect of what might happen after the match. Basically, a.k.a. Becky.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm more excited that something could... I'm more excited for that match to be on, to be like, oh, maybe something will happen.
Maybe Becky will come back. And SummerSlam would be a great time for that. Me personally, and this is no disrespect to any of the women that are out there, the feuds just don't interest me at all. Either one.
No, not really. Because we've seen this Charlotte Rhea thing so many times, and all you're doing is, like, throwing Nikki Ash in.
And we've seen Nikki Ash, ASH, every single week against Charlotte.
Yeah,
so.
And now we have her against Rhea this week, and
I think
also I feel like people overestimate the time between SummerSlam and Mania.
Yeah.
It's not that much. It's like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, because it was late April or early April?
Early to mid-April, so like 3.5 months.
Yeah.
So we just saw Sasha and Bianca.
And they don't let the story die.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
and again, it's because Bayley got hurt. But Bianca hasn't had another real feud except for Sasha. So it was Sasha, then a bunch of like filler stuff, and Carmella got plugged in because Bayley got hurt, and now it's just Sasha again.
Yeah, it's just. But I feel like that's also something that we've talked about multiple times here, is that they don't build anybody.
Well, yeah, that's
and
exactly.
When they do like build, fake build with the Money in the Bank, they use it the first night.
Yeah.
So like, there's no one there.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one left, unless you go like right into Zelina after this.
And which they won't because Zelina just got buried on.
She got buried, and you taking Liv off TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know like Tegan just beat Tamina, but like that's a tag team thing.
They're gonna be
that's
tied
not
up
gonna
in
matter.
tags.
They'll probably win the belt soon.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that leads to kind of NXT, just a touch, just to jump ahead, is if Raquel loses, she gets pulled up. Maybe
I feel like she has to lose.
Yeah.
As much as like I'm more of a Raquel fan than a Dakota fan, she has to lose.
I mean, they need to bring some women up for singles competition.
Yeah, there has to be somebody. Where's Toni Storm?
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say maybe after Sasha they go to Toni Storm.
Like, where's she been? And it's not her fault, obviously. Like,
no,
unless,
it's not.
It's probably not.
You hope it's not.
Yeah.
But like, what are they doing with these people? We got Naomi, who quietly been traded to SmackDown, hasn't even been on SmackDown. Like, what are we doing?
I think that was the more I think about it, I think that was just for travel.
Oh, I'm sure to stay with.
Just to stay with like Jimmy.
But Jimmy. But still, I don't understand why she would be there and not be used. You put, and this is no disrespect, you put worse talent on TV than Naomi. Naomi's good. She's a fan favorite. Yeah. You want people to be invested in these live shows. You want the crowd to cheer and not
especially
artificial
her entrance
cheers.
is great.
You got to use Naomi. She's good.
Yeah, she's good.
We say this every week.
Like, I don't think she's like a top 5 or anything like that, but she's good.
She's damn close.
No, she's I think she's right on the outside.
Yeah, if she's not top 5, she's close. She's like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think she's definitely up there. But use your people.
Yeah.
That's really the big issue here.
Yeah. And I mean, that goes to the cuts, though. You have so many people.
Yeah, but didn't cut it really too big on the women's side.
No, but I mean, you're even clear house a little bit, like, to make room on TV, like,
yeah,
some TV time.
That's true. I think also the thing with Naomi was, like, if you're going to trade her SmackDown, that's fine for, like, travel with Jimmy, whatever it is. Just do it low key then.
Yeah, don't
like,
announce
you don't
it.
gotta announce it. Just make it low key, and if you're not gonna put it on TV, it's whatever.
Yeah, that's it too. Is like Naomi's actually been one of the more disrespected superstars over the last 2 years, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Because the last draft, she was a second round
pick, and then was never on TV.
Never on TV, and then now they announced this trade to SmackDown, and still not on TV. Like you have. Nothing. It was just like
they just sent her
something.
It was like, oh, okay.
But it's like you have something there. That's why you keep making these announcements.
Yeah.
And you keep like putting her in the spotlight. Just use her.
Yeah, let it just use her. Unless, I mean, that's not a good argument that they're saving her for after Sasha.
No, because you can't
that's
just.
Terrible.
Now you've been saving her for 2 years. Like, what are you doing? I don't know.
So I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but just
use
something new would be fun. That's all I'm looking for. Because they don't even have to win.
No, exactly. Like if you want to make Bianca
Liv
a strong champion,
lose. Like bring in Liv, let her lose to Bianca. That's fine. But like, just give us something a little bit different.
Yeah. No, I agree. And
I think I've probably mentioned this before on one of the episodes. Something CM Punk had mentioned in like an interview a long time ago. And when he was talking about himself, was that like you need the experience of like a WrestleMania match to be better. Yeah. A WrestleMania main event to be better.
No, absolutely.
And obviously you don't have to put Bianca and Liv in the main event of WrestleMania.
No, like you need
give
Sasha there.
Give her a high quality pay-per-view match.
You could be the second match on the card.
That's fine. You're on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, you're on WrestleMania. You're on SummerSlam.
That's an experience that you now have to further your progression along to be better for the product.
You need to be able to put on the show in front of the fans.
And the problem with WWE is like they don't give someone the chance.
No.
Like, you know what? Might it be bad? Yeah, it might. But I promise you more people would be okay with it being bad if you gave people a chance.
Look what happened, and this is like, I guess, an extreme example, but like, look at what happened with Cesaro.
Yeah.
They finally give him a chance, and he was putting on main event matches. And like, Cesaro has always been a great worker, so that's an extreme example, but they finally let him go on these pay-per-views. His first singles pay-per-view match ever was with Seth?
Yeah.
That was like, it's insane. And that's a guy who can work. So like, they just need to put the opportunities out there. They have the people, they have the time.
Yeah.
Like, they have the space. How many filler matches have we seen on cards?
Many.
Like,
cut the commercials.
Yeah, dude, we started NXT 30 minutes late and caught
did not
up before
skip a single segment.
and caught up before the first hour.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
There's just too many commercials.
Crazy. Even with the picture-in-picture, still a lot of commercials. Yeah.
Getting back to SmackDown, just wrap it up, I guess.
There's pretty much most of the stuff.
Yeah, those were the two big segments, was Roman and Finn, and then Bianca and Sasha. We kind of derailed a little bit there in the middle.
Yeah. But Street Profits are back.
The Street Profits are back, which is great for WWE as a whole. They're fun, exciting, good. Edge and Seth, still fun. I mean, I'm interested. They're doing a good job.
I like that keeping them apart, too.
Yeah,
like
they're doing
keeping
a good
no contact. I like that a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was also good for Raquel this week. I know we said to keep her off TV,
but they didn't get their hands on each other.
Yeah, that's good.
And then looks like we're heading right back to the Usos and the Mysterios.
That's probably going to be a pre-show match for sure. Just because they don't know what else to do with them. I think Dominic is going to turn on Ray pretty soon, which I think is really, really stupid because they just kind of started with this. This is kind of like a new. It's not new, but like it's kind of the tag team itself is kind of a new thing.
I think that they want to keep them both on TV, and rather than just keep losing to tag teams now, maybe this gives them an angle, and this could get people to like, Dominic could use the work, and like who's gonna work with him better?
I hear you, and I agree, but Dominic isn't a very good face.
No,
he's not going to be a very good heel.
I mean,
because Ray's not going to be the heel.
No, you're right. Because if the turn happens, vice versa, Ray turns.
No, because that one doesn't make as much sense, just from like a story perspective.
I mean, you don't listen to me. I'm giving you all these tips to be successful. You think you're better than me. Like you think you're the future. You think I'm old.
That's true.
It's easy to write. It's really easy to write.
That is true.
I'm the old dog. You got the new tricks. Like,
yeah, that's a good point. That's interesting.
And you're right that it's harder to be a heel when you're bad at being on the mic.
Yeah.
Like, part of being a good heel is just disrespecting everybody.
Yeah, I feel like
So
the most important part of being a heel
is the mic work. And then the cheap tactics.
Yeah, the stuff, the rest you can kind of work your way
Yeah.
around, but it's really the mic work that makes a heel a heel.
Yeah.
And Dominic's not ready for that.
No. So hopefully, you know, if they do that, if they do proceed down that road, like, I'm sure they'll figure out a way. Ray's not going to let that segment suck.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They'll figure it out.
The one thing I am concerned about that is I feel like it's going to be a lot less shocking than they're anticipating it's going.
Well, they
to
keep
be.
going with slow builds. That's why.
Yeah.
And like, you drop a hint there, you drop a hint here, and then like you don't address it for a couple weeks. Then you do it again. It's like, oh, okay, I see that coming.
The thing is also though, is like I feel like it makes the good turns so much better though.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like a double-sided coin a little bit.
Yeah.
Where like, cause like the heel, the Shield heel turn.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, cause
Seth,
that was so out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Things like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And
And
it
it
do it for the bad ones.
gave a run to Seth, like the
Gave a
best
run
run
to
of his
all
career.
of them though.
No, it did, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's one of the most iconic Seths.
Oh yeah, the
Right.
Authority Seth.
Yeah,
It's
Authority
probably
Seth
his
is
best
great.
one.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
The only other one that might be close is Kingslayer.
Yeah, Kingslayer was sick.
That was a really good one.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
SmackDown. I don't think there's anything else to really touch up on.
No,
SmackDown.
it was really dominated by those two
Shinsuke
segments.
and
like-
Apollo. We just briefly.
I mean, we kind of said this last week. The
Yeah.
Intercontinental picture is going to be kind of tied up with the
Mhm.
same 6 guys for a while.
Yeah.
It seems like they're pulling Big E out of that, though. Big E, you know,
Which I think is a great idea.
like meeting up with Paul Heyman outside of Roman's locker room. It's dropping the seeds there, man. That could be good. That could be fun to see Big E cash in or something soon.
Do you think he cashes in on Roman though, or do you think this is like Paul trying to finesse him to go to Raw?
I don't know. I don't.
I feel like it's a long way
again,
down the road.
Again, if Big E cashes in, I don't want him to be Roman either.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
I
very
just don't
true.
want. I think that's me personally. I just don't want Roman to lose
No,
yet.
I don't think Roman should lose it.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think he's still,
I mean,
you know, killing it.
and what way would get some real heat than having Big E unsuccessfully cash in? But do you sacrifice Big E's main event potential just to keep Roman that much over? I mean, they have a track record of doing that.
I think. Well, I think it depends on how you do it.
Yeah.
Because I think you could build it into a feud as well. Because
Yeah.
especially if he cashes in and then he takes like a super kick and
Oh, from the
DQ.
Usos right away.
Yeah, gets
that
like
could be
DQ'd. Because then it's like, okay, well now the Money in the Bank thing's out of the picture, but now we have a legitimate feud for
And
the
then you
next
could
month
build
or
that
two.
for a couple months. Yeah.
Yeah, for a while. So that's not. I don't think that's the worst idea.
Yeah, that's something to look forward to. Could
yeah,
be good.
for sure. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much it on SmackDown.
Raw. Welcome back, Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy finally back.
Randy freaking Orton.
Yeah, it was good to see him back. You know, he always is just good. Just
Yeah.
all around good.
I was on the internet, of course, because what else do we do? And I was kind of laughing. They were like, you can always tell a Randy heel turn is coming by the facial hair.
Yeah, you know.
And he's got the fresh goatee,
yeah.
and of course, and like, I don't know if anybody's actually surprised by that he RKO'd Riddle.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that was
I don't
coming
think-
from a mile away.
I don't think anyone's surprised by it. But I was, again reading, and someone was like, well, it kind of looked like Riddle and Randy were both like laughing. Like it was almost like funny that he RKO'd him. Like they're still going to be a tag team.
I feel like they are.
Yeah, the dynamic works. Like
It
he
does.
could just like, nah, it was funny.
I was like, good one.
Yeah.
Good to have you back, Randy.
Like if anyone could pull off like getting beat up as a joke, I feel like it's Riddle.
100%, because that's kind of his character.
And like,
And also, like,
Mhm.
sorry to cut you off,
No.
but I feel like if you're going to split them up, you've kind of been wasting AJ and Omos and the rest of the tag division
waiting
by
around
by
for that.
doing this.
Yeah.
So I feel like I understand like Randy's Randy,
Mhm.
but you're putting a lot of eggs in that basket and
Yeah.
basically just not destroying, but putting your entire tag team division on hold for a single heel turn
Mm-hmm.
feels kind of weird.
Just as like an aside, Raw is still a 3-hour show, and just having Randy, it just makes the show better.
Yeah, because that's like 25 minutes.
Yeah,
easy.
it was
of
2 full segments
quality
of Randy
television
Orton.
you
Yeah,
get,
and
so.
it just makes the show better. I mean, that's literally 1/6 to 1/4 of your show is covered by Randy Orton.
Yeah.
And like, the guy's good. There's a
Yeah.
reason he's been around
Yeah,
for so
100%.
long. So it just helps.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have him back. Will be interesting to see where that goes.
I hope, I don't necessarily know, but I hope it goes to SummerSlam as a tag match.
I think so too.
I
I
think
hope it
next
does.
week they could wrap it up real quick. Like,
Yeah.
why don't we give this one more shot?
Yeah.
Like, just see what happens.
Especially if you have Riddle just come out next time and be like, oh, hey, Randy. And like,
Yeah,
like nothing happened.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
or just like joke, like
Like,
you
oh,
see him
good
backstage
one
like
last week,
faking
yeah,
RKO on
yeah.
Randy.
Yeah. Because Riddle does have like that lost puppy.
It's
Yeah.
And
So that would work.
They work. I like them
Yeah,
together.
they're good
RK Bro, they got the merch. Like
Yeah,
you
it is
can't
actually
end
pretty
that
good
yet.
together.
You
Yeah.
can't end that
Yeah.
yet. Baron Corbin showing up on Raw.
Yeah.
Can't afford his theme music. Again.
Wait, you got paid by Jinder? Is that what it was to fight Drew?
Yeah, paid by Jinder, and then he's asking for $100,000 for daily
Yeah,
expenses.
$100,000.
I wish I had a lifestyle that
Well, I mean,
warranted
when you got a
$40,000
suit
what
and a
timepiece?
$10,000 what timepiece?
Yeah, when he cut that promo, man.
It was an interesting. I appreciate that he wasn't just on Raw.
They gave it a little bit, yeah.
It was really, really low effort,
Yeah.
but it kind of worked, and I was okay with it.
It was enough.
That was the thing. Yeah.
And Drew, I mean, Drew was just so over with like
I know
real
you
pop.
tweeted about it from our account about how Drew might have been like had it got kind of screwed by the pandemic.
by not having fans, but the fans are still there for him. They're showing him love. That's great.
I just want to cut to something real quick, just because we're talking about Drew and how enraged I would be if this happens, and I see it happening, and I'm terrified. If Goldberg wins, we're not going right back to Goldberg and Drew, right?
Okay, so let's just get out of the way that Goldberg's not winning.
Okay.
He's not winning.
Okay. If Goldberg wins.
He's not winning, okay? Goldberg's not winning. But if they do that, they better not go right back to Drew. I cannot watch it again. And it's no disrespect to either of them, and I want Drew to be champion if that happened, but I just don't do it. Just don't make me watch Goldberg wrestle another top star.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
you're already
thing.
wasting Lashley.
Yeah, 100%.
You're wasting Lashley at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And for business, I understand it's not a waste. Like, Goldberg is going to put people in the stands.
Yeah, for that day, it's not.
It's not a
for
waste.
The
but
2 months
you missed a
before and after.
potential huge storyline for the heavyweight championship. Like, that's,
Yeah. Now it's just, Goldberg's here.
But yeah, if Goldberg wins, don't do that.
Yeah, no, that'd be really bad.
He's not winning.
Let's get back on track.
Yeah. Cross redeems himself against Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, exactly what should have happened the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we shouldn't have even had to talk about the fact that he lost to Jeff.
Yep.
But
Should have just been dominating win.
Yep.
And then a dominating assault after the fact.
Yep.
I guess this is how they're going to get Cross on SummerSlam.
I don't think he's going to be on SummerSlam.
I hope not, because how's he going to get back for NXT?
He's going to fly.
I know, but like, I don't want a tired Cross against Joe.
I'm sure he'll be okay. I think he'll take
He's
a nap.
a top-level athlete.
He's professional.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll be all right.
No, I just...
I don't know if you knew this, but you can sleep on planes.
Yeah, I don't know, but my concern would be that he would come off a loss. And
that's what you're worried about. He'll lose,
and then go lose to
That's a
Joe,
lot
too.
more of a fair concern than he'll be tired.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I think that they would book him so poorly, get rolled up or something.
Yeah, I don't think they even have room for that on SummerSlam.
I don't know. I mean,
you're gonna have.
They added Damian Priest and Sheamus. That's what they added.
So you're gonna have at least 5 matches there.
Mm-hmm.
Just all the titles.
Yep.
Both women's, both men's. Sheamus. I'm assuming
Apollo
next
and
week Shinsuke and Apollo will be on. You're gonna have to fit the women's tag in there somewhere, probably.
If Natalia's healthy, right? Isn't she?
Oh,
she's
she's hurt.
rehabbing
Sorry,
after
so that
surgery.
probably won't be on then.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to fit AJ and Omos on there probably. That's probably your 7th, and that's probably it.
Yeah, that's it. So they're probably not going to have
And
any.
then
There might not even be a non-title match on there.
Oh, Edge and Seth is on there.
There you go. There's your non-title match.
So 8? Is it 4 hours?
They might not get the Raw men's tag on there. They might drag this out.
You think they do this after?
Yeah, maybe 1 week's too soon, too fast.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of. I mean, like this is similar to the NXT problem we talked about, but
A lot of booking.
A lot of matches.
booking.
Yeah, a lot of matches.
So Sheamus, back to Raw. Mm-hmm. Sheamus beats Ricochet, and then,
What a shame.
Yeah, I wanted it to be. I like Priest, but I wanted it to be the other way around.
I wanted Ricochet. Man.
I wanted Ricochet
I wanted
to get
him
that
to get
title.
a shot. I want him to have the belt.
And this is Priest. He just. I know not literally just, but he just got on the main roster.
Yeah, he did. That's
and
true.
like, sure, he's good, and putting him on in the U.S. title picture, like, that's fun, that's good. He doesn't even have to win necessarily. But Ricochet's been paying his dues, man.
Yeah,
and
he really has.
I know it's not a "you deserve it." Like I hate that chant.
That's the worst chant, by the way, because not everyone deserves it. Some people just don't deserve it.
Right. Like some people work to do a job. Like that's it. But Ricochet does deserve it.
Yeah, he really does deserve it.
Ricochet is a really good talent.
Yeah.
He's putting on great matches. He's contributing to great matches.
100%.
So like, I don't even need him to win either. I would like him to win, but he should have been getting the title match at SummerSlam.
100%. And this is a kind of connecting, the kind of not connecting little thing I had. I understand that, like, Priest just has to wrestle on TV to, like, get him exposure. It's August.
Mm-hmm.
This thing with Miz and Morrison is so over. Like, it's so long
This
ago.
goes to what you said about the time between WrestleMania and SummerSlam. Like, they haven't even gotten past that feud yet.
Like, it's still kind of a feud.
Yeah, this is still a thing that's happening. So, like, when Sasha and Bianca doesn't feel new, Miz and Morrison versus Priest feels stale too.
Yeah.
So, like, and I just don't need to see those matches every week either. I mean, it's funny they got Miz to run away now, so he's standing again.
Yeah.
But, like, we don't need to see it every week. But that's...
And especially because we saw it every week before the pay-per-view, before Mania.
Exactly. This is the Raw problem, though, like we said. This is
a lot of repeat stuff.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of I think that it's just there's not a lot of creativity.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of... Nobody's doing anything weird.
And I kind of feel like for this feud even, like, it's not 50-50 booking. It's like 100% Priest booking, and it just keep happening.
Yeah, I mean, has he really gotten one over on Sheamus though?
Not on Sheamus. That's not what I mean. But like Miz and Morrison.
Oh yeah, no,
like,
yeah, he's just
he
been
just
dominating.
Keeps dominating.
Yeah,
and
no,
they keep
there's
doing
not
it.
like
it doesn't really make sense to me.
I don't
know. I mean, they just keep doing the Retribution versus Ali and Mansoor.
Really weird. He lost though. I was really surprised at that.
These matches mean nothing.
Mean absolutely nothing.
So
literally nothing.
So I'm not surprised either way that it turns out because they mean nothing. They're just using this feud to get the friendship of Mansoor and Ali over.
Yeah, I think Ali's gonna turn face.
Yeah, I mean, every time they show something, that's what it is.
Yeah,
so,
and I mean, I know we talk about it a lot, but you know, Retribution's on TV.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing something other than sitting in the back at catering.
I mean, I think we both like acknowledge that they're good. They're talented.
We acknowledge them.
Yeah, as tag team contenders.
Yeah,
that's it.
I think they're really good.
They're talented. They're good. They have the size. They have the moveset. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
In ring, it's all there.
Mm-hmm.
They need to drop the Retribution gimmick.
Yeah.
Like if you gave me Dio and Dijakovic double D's instead of.
All right, don't do that. I don't know about that. Don't do that.
Instead of Retribution,
maybe something else.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Retribution should have died when they.
Turn on
when they died.
Yeah,
when they killed Retribution.
That was literally it.
So I don't know. Again, that kind of goes to what you're saying with lack
kind of
of
weird
creativity.
little callback, real quick. But Mercedes Martinez also cut.
Oh yeah, another. I mean, not really Retribution member, but kind of.
Kind of for a little bit.
For one episode.
And then called down, fought Raquel,
and
lost.
Cut. Yeah. Got knocked out by Gia Lee.
No, she didn't fight Raquel. I'm sorry, she fought Io. My fault.
Yeah,
she had the triple threat with Io and
got
Tony.
knocked out by Gia Lee.
Yeah, Gia Lee kicked her head off.
Yeah, but anyway, so there's that.
Yeah.
I guess.
We're always, I don't know. It was better than it normally is, but like it's still not good.
It's Randy is what made it better.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it probably is the same stale Raw.
Yeah, I think Randy really elevates. I mean, Randy just elevates anything he's doing.
Yeah, everything Randy touches turns to gold.
It really does. So I mean,
it's. I don't have a lot to say about it. It's like they're trying to do the tell Goldberg to spare himself, don't come to SummerSlam.
It's really hard to find different things to talk about when they keep showing us the same stuff over and over.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to bore you guys and just keep saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, Rhea, I don't know why she didn't. Like I don't want to say the same stuff over and over again.
Every week of Raw has like 30 to 45 minutes of recap.
Yeah, it's just the
so
promo
it's 3
recaps
hours
every single
promo
time.
recap, then it's commercials,
so much.
Then it's 50-50 booking. So it's like we could talk about Raw, we could force 15 minutes of this pod to be
I don't want to waste your
about
time
Raw,
either.
But it's like instead we just go derail a little bit, talk about AEW, things like that. So just for Raw, it's like it's tough to stay on track.
Yeah, until they give me like something new to talk about, which
we
hopefully
will.
after SummerSlam, then we will. We 100% will. But
Right.
right now, like. It's the same stories we had 3 weeks ago, and the same things are happening in those stories.
Literally this. Like, it was Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley. Ends by interference from Charlotte. It's just
how many times are we going to see this? Like,
the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. Like, I don't know. Every week, every week of Raw has, 30 to 45 minutes of recap. Then it's 50-50 booking. So it's like, we just talk about Raw, we could force 15 minutes of this podcast to be about Raw. But it's like, instead, we just, go derail a little bit, talk about AEW, things like that. So, just for Raw, it's like it's tough to stay on track. Yeah, until they give me like something new to talk about, which hopefully after SummerSlam, then we will. We 100% will. But right now, like, it's the same stories we had 3 weeks ago, and the same things are happening in those stories. Like, it was Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley. Ends by interference from Charlotte.
Like, So I don't know. I guess we just move on to NXT then.
Yeah, let's move on to NXT, which was a good NXT.
It was a really good NXT, and I think next week NXT is gonna be even better.
Yeah, let's start off. Come out of the gates hot. Let's talk this breakout tournament.
Yeah, Odyssey Jones, man.
Odyssey
What
Jones,
a monster.
he is on fire.
Absolutely on fire.
On fire. And you know what's funny? They quickly realized what they had with him and made him a face.
100%.
They quickly
100%.
realized that this guy has so much charisma, so much energy. The fans love him. Internet loves him.
Yeah.
So they quickly realized, and even you can tell by the way they talk about him when he comes out. This guy's charisma is through the roof, like
100%.
So yeah, they realize they have a potential star in this kid, and they made him a face.
I really love that he has like 4 or 5 finishers as well.
Yeah,
it's cool.
His
he has
finisher,
the flying crossbody. I know that he uses the world's strongest slam. He used, and
which he hasn't used since the debut though. So I don't know.
I mean, he's only been on like TV
three times. Yeah.
So
yeah, but that
whatever that thing is,
what his it's like almost like
it's like a blue thunder bomb, but instead of a thunder bomb, it's like a clothesline.
He almost really catches you for like a deep 6 and then rock bottoms you.
It's really
weird.
So
good.
I don't know what to call it, but it's cool.
And this week was so much smoother than it was
100%
or 2 weeks ago. So he's putting it all together.
And I think it's like no disrespect to Odyssey, like still strong, but Trey Baxter's what, $150?
Yeah,
like,
so he's throwing
so he's just tossing him around as well.
Yeah,
but still, it definitely looks a lot better on a smaller guy, obviously. Just like any.
Talk about Trey Baxter really caught him flush to the face with that kick.
Trey really did kick him.
Honestly,
I do like Trey though. I think he's good. I like him a lot. He's pretty agile. He's pretty quick.
Yeah, I think though since they showed that kind of confrontation backstage with Duke and Odyssey, they're on a collision course.
100%. And Duke is your heel, Odyssey's your face. It writes itself.
It writes itself. Yeah, and I mean, I like the little stipulation they threw in there. That was news to me.
Maybe we missed that.
Winner of the breakout tournament. Winner of the breakout tournament gets a title shot of their choosing. And I'm not sure how deep we should look into that, but.
So here's where the issue really starts to happen.
Yeah.
That I have with this. One, does that mean anywhere?
Yeah.
I cannot imagine it means anywhere. 2, what happens if they rebrand? And if they rebrand, I'm assuming there's not a title.
I don't think that. I think there will still be a title. When I say they're rebranding NXT, I don't think that means like clearing house and stripping the belt.
From what I was reading, and again, it was from people with sources who told sources, so who really knows.
Yeah.
It kind of seemed like it was a clear house type of move back to a developmental territory.
I mean,
that could still include a title.
I would hate to see them take the North American title off or get rid of the NXT title entirely. Like, I would hate to see that because you need to have titles to have compelling storylines.
Yeah.
Like, not every story needs a title, but to have compelling stories, you need to have at least a title involved somewhere.
Yeah, I can see them cutting North American for sure. I can see that going.
Yeah, I guess.
Cruiserweight will definitely be gone.
Yeah.
Unless they move it to the main roster, which is also possible.
They could make Cruiserweight just brand, like, I guess,
kind of
fluid.
Like the 24/7
it goes
but like
everywhere.
actually a real belt.
Yeah, like you could defend it on Raw, SmackDown, NXT.
Yeah, so I think the Cruiserweight would actually do a lot for the main roster.
Yeah,
I think it would be really good because then you get guys like Ricochet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like a
but I mean they used to do it. They used to do Cruiserweight titles, so why not? Why not bring it back?
They had 205 and that kind of.
No, but I'm saying like even back in the day.
Well, a while ago.
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio had it.
I think they made Eddie Cruiserweight.
I think Eddie had it for a little bit.
He was like 240.
Yeah, Eddie definitely had it for a little bit. Chavo had it.
Yeah.
Basically, just like the Guerreros. Yeah. That's all I can think of.
Getting around with the Luchas.
I think Hornswoggle had it.
Of course.
He did.
A real dense 205.
Didn't Lita have it? I feel like somebody else did. I feel like a woman
exposing my lack of knowledge here.
One of the women wrestlers, I'm pretty sure, had the Cruiserweight title. I don't remember which one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Odyssey Jones.
Yeah. Really good.
We hopped on the wagon early.
Him and Duke will be fun because I think Duke's beating Carmelo for sure.
Yeah.
I think
we kind of said it. Carmelo Hayes doesn't have to win.
He doesn't need it, and that's the thing. Yeah, we always talk about that. Like, you don't need to win to this tournament.
Yeah.
As long as you're in the tournament, that's good. That's really good for your career.
Carmelo Hayes has been on TV 3 times before the tournament, so
yeah, and he's
doing
top
fine.
Guys.
Yeah,
so they're fine. But yeah, I think him and Duke will be a lot of fun.
Cross and Joe had a nice Walter and Ilya type.
Yeah, it wasn't as good. It was still very good.
Still very good.
Still very good. Definitely got me a little pumped up. That's really all I have about that until next week.
That's gonna be a good match, and then they'll face off. Hopefully, they don't fight too much. next week. Hopefully they just face off.
I think it'll be similar to what we saw this week
Yeah.
with Cole and O'Reilly. I hope it's
Yeah.
even less physical though.
Yeah.
I want like a brick wall with like one tiny hole for them to talk
like,
through.
Give me 2 backstages and they're just looking at each other through a glass window.
I want like 55 guards.
Yeah, like the prison setup.
Yeah.
But talking about Cole and O'Reilly now, I am so out on O'Reilly.
Yeah, I don't like O'Reilly.
Like,
I can't. And I just like that Cole just makes fun of him.
And it's like Cole's saying these things and it's just part of the promo, but I really feel these ways about O'Reilly.
Yeah.
I don't like him. His character does nothing for me. He cannot cut a promo to save his soul. His moveset isn't all these people hype it up to be.
No, it's not.
Like,
and what I say to you as soon as they said, well, first of all, kind of cool that we talked about
the 2 out of 3
2 out of 3 falls and
yeah.
a little bit of the 3 stages of hell.
We're ahead of the curve here.
But
absolutely.
The first thing I said to you was when they said it was 2 out of 3 falls and they get the pick. I turned to you and said, "O'Reilly's picking a regular match."
Yeah, and it's
which,
just
like Cole says, is so predictable.
Yeah, and it's like corny, and like not that you need to have a stipulation, right? But like his reasoning behind it is just like, that loss at Great American Bash is sitting sour with me. Okay, and like
that's not a good reason.
I don't care. That's
also
stupid.
Like after you had this whole here's the thing. I thought the first part of his promo was pretty good. About he'll go to any lengths, and I thought that was okay. I thought it was a lot better than the second half.
Face 101.
But you're going to go to... sure, I know, but still. But you're going to go to any lengths to do this, to destroy Adam Cole.
And then wrestle.
Regular match.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm going to any length. I was like joking. I was like, you just pick a casket match? Like just bury him so it can't be 2 out of 3?
I think it would have been a little more impactful to have them switch it.
Yeah.
If O'Reilly's like a street fight.
Yeah.
Or have a Cole... No, I think you have to have O'Reilly pick first and have him pick a street fight. And then Cole just be like...
Well, you can't beat me in a
You
regular
can't beat me,
match,
so we're just going to have a regular match. I think that would have made a lot more sense.
And I'm almost positive that it's going to go...
Cole, O'Reilly, Cole.
Yeah. No, Cole, O'Reilly.
You think he's winning?
I think Cole loses.
You think he... Also, I don't like the steel cage.
I think
just not a fan. I don't like that match to
I
begin
also
with.
don't know how you're going to convince me that this no DQ or a street fight where I guess it has to end in the ring now. So like a street fight is false count anywhere,
it's
right?
just going to.
Yeah, so like
that's the thing. It doesn't have to. It's just
it should have been the street fight first, then regular match second, cage third. So at least there's some sort of like continuity.
But here's even still it's still kind of hard.
But yeah, because
no matter what, unless they end in the ring by accident.
I actually, the more I'm thinking about it, and I didn't like come prepared to hate it, I actually hate that it's a steel cage. Like I hate it now because I'm talking to myself like internally right now. These two guys are not running away from each other. No. It's a 2 out of 3 falls. They want to hurt each other. You don't need a steel cage.
And this isn't like a few that has been having outside interference.
They could have easily, and maybe they didn't want to do it because then you have to main event it. But you could have made it a 30-minute Iron Man as the third fall. You could have made
what the third fall should have been? I quit.
Yeah, it should have been.
The third fall should have been an I quit.
Like you could have done anything, and then I'm sure that's like you run into issues because you have to.
I feel like I quit would have been perfect too.
Yeah,
Could you imagine?
Because the blood. We just got done saying how
that's perfect.
I quits are blood feuds. Like people want to hurt each other, and then you get freaking William Regal, a steel cage. Shut up, Regal. I'm taking your job, damn it.
But what a fitting end to the story that would have been too.
I quit.
It's just now. All right, you know what? You've beaten each other. You've had so many matches. This that.
And guess what? If the way I see it happening, where Cole loses and he would have quit, when he goes to the main roster, it's perfect. You never see him on NXT again. Yep. I quit.
That's it. I'm out.
I quit.
Also, I think maybe it might have been a little too real.
Yeah.
If he leaves for real, I think that might have been an issue.
That's it. You think?
I don't think they had that in mind, but I feel like that might have been a little bit too real for them. And they're like, oh, what if he does leave? Like,
I quit and screw WWE.
Quits
that
for
would
real.
Have been funny, man. That almost would have been too much.
I think what's really bad, and just real quick to go back, he's not going to have a no compete either if he leaves.
Oh right, because his thing was over and he
extended, and I promise you that extension did not include
his 30 days is over.
He could be on NXT technically
on Sunday
and AEW on Wednesday.
Yeah, or whenever they debut Rampage. Is that this Monday?
I don't know,
or whatever.
But whatever it is.
Yeah. I think Rampage is Friday anyway. Yeah. What am I saying? But yeah, so
that would be really. I don't think that's actually why.
They better throw this is just to go back to what we said. They better throw the bag at Adam Cole.
100. I heard they offered him $1 million.
Yeah, they cannot let Adam Cole walk away.
And
it would have been like $1 million, and like, if you cut me, I'm guaranteed money.
I'm sure they have some kind of guaranteed money.
They can't let Adam Cole walk away.
No. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Hard to follow that segment up, but
yeah, we got really amped up on that one. We got really excited.
Pete Dunne and
Dragunov, yeah, tearing it down.
Dude,
great match.
Dude, so good, so good. Yeah. It's just incredible. Like, and you can tell Ilya's second language is English, so like,
but he's still
cutting a good promo.
You can tell he stumbles up a little bit.
Yeah, just a touch, and like, I don't care because I know his second language is English. Yeah. That guy is a stud.
Yeah, he's real good.
I like him a lot. Stud.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of him, but I like him a lot.
Yeah, it would be great if they could keep him around.
100%. Though you kind of can't if he wins.
If he wins, like, I guess you have to defend the title in UK, and you have to give the fans that. You can't just take their champion over
here. Yeah, you can't just leave,
But at the same time, a feud with Pete Dunne, after seeing that match, I'm all in.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm all in.
The ending was a little weird.
Okay, yeah, so I was a little upset with that for sure, because how do you get hit by... And like, sure, I don't think Ilya should have lost at all, right? But I get it, the distraction by Walter.
But then lose right there.
Yeah, but lose right there.
Don't counter and then lose.
But then, if you lose and you get hit with that finisher, how do you react so much faster again to avoid Walter, to hit Walter, to counter Walter?
I don't know.
It just didn't make sense.
I think they just wanted to
They wanted him to stand strong with the belt. They wanted Pete Dunne to look strong because I think whoever wins or loses Pete Dunne is the next guy for that feud.
I think so too.
So if the belt goes back to UK and Ilya's the one that dethrones Walter, I think Walter and Imperium stick around and feud with Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan, whatever. So I'm excited to see that. MSK and Imperium.
See, that's the thing. That's what's tough. Oh, yeah, because that'll be done. Never mind.
Next week, that'll be over.
That's next week. And what else is next week? Oh, Roddy and Kushida. So I think next NXT is going to be really good.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of stuff to wrap up.
Yep. Kushida is, I think, on the way out. Not of the company, but he's going to...
You think he's up?
He's dropping the belt. It's Roddy's time.
Oh, I think Roddy's definitely winning the belt for sure. It'll be interesting to see who comes up with the Diamond Mine, or just the three of them come out.
If they do anything,
I think just the three of them will come out.
They're just gonna memory hole Tyler Rust. He's out of there. He was never. I
think you kind of have to.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot else you can do about that.
Yeah. Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai. I don't even know if they'll be on TV next week.
Raquel and Dakota.
I feel like they have to, but I don't know where you put them.
A quick vignette, maybe. Just something
quick, maybe just like a promo vid.
Yeah, I don't. It's tough because you got Joe and Cross that are going to be on TV.
They're going to be the main event.
You probably get another segment of LA Knight and Cameron Grimes, which we didn't talk about yet.
Oh yeah, and then you'll probably get a Johnny segment.
Johnny Dexter, yeah. Ciampa is on TV next week. I forget who they're even feuding with, honestly. Are they feuding with Ridge and?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They're feuding with the baddest men in NXT.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. Thatcher, Ciampa, Holland, Lorcan. That'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be fun. But I don't know. There's a lot to do.
It's a lot. NXT did the thing where they were in a lull and then they threw everything together, and now they have so much going on.
Yeah.
So much.
Also, I'll save my little rant for next week when I talk about this because we'll have more time. I just don't like Hit Row, man. I just don't like them. Also, if he missed the garbage can,
how close was he to missing the garbage can?
Obviously, they would have reshot it.
But it was fun. He almost missed.
He almost missed. But I don't like them. I'll talk about a little more why next week. But
I don't know. They're gonna beat Legado.
100%
whenever
they're
that
beating
time
Legado.
comes.
For sure, they're beating Legado.
It doesn't even matter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cameron Grimes and LA Knight. To me. I don't know if we mentioned it last week, but how little sense it makes that the $1 Million Man is now a face.
Yeah, he's been a heel
forever.
For everything that I know of.
Forever. Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
The whole point of the $1 Million title is that he was kind of just an asshole.
Yeah.
He was buying. By the way, I don't have the WWE title, so I'll just make my own title that's gold and diamonds and kick rocks.
And instead we have him playing father figure to Cameron
you're
Grimes.
Better than this. You can do more. No, that's not what your character was. I understand you're old, you want to give that. Whatever. Shut up. Like, that's not what you were.
Yeah, I don't.
Unless
he comes out.
He's in cahoots.
He
You think he's in cahoots?
Cameron Grimes again.
That would be funny. Well, no, because he can't.
What's
because
the point?
And also that defeats the stipulation now. I forgot about that. That DiBiase becomes LA Knight's butler if LA Knight wins. So that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So Cameron Grimes is winning.
100% he's winning.
100%.
100%. And I hope that moves LA Knight onto something else. I don't know what that may be.
Let's get LA Knight on the main roster.
No, not yet. A little bit more. A little bit more time. I need to see him in a real high-profile feud. And I have one.
He's not going to get that.
I have one. It's busy, and it would need to be a little bit later, but I have one. Him and Johnny would be electric.
So, I understand why you say that, but I think that the promo style of LA Knight doesn't necessarily mesh, even, go against Johnny's style.
But I think that's what's kind of the beauty of it.
Is he would be cutting serious
promos. You could have
promos.
Johnny also just making fun of him.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? They're The Rock or something?
Yeah.
Like who do you talk like? I could see Johnny just poking fun at it at the same time. Where I think that would be fun.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm maybe too high on LA Knight. I'm a big LA Knight guy, because the stick work is just so good.
It's very, very good.
His promo ability is just so good. So I want to see him do big things, maybe he's next in a mid card feud on the main roster, and that's getting ahead of myself. But we'll see. I would, if you're gonna have him feud with anyone, at least Johnny's a big name.
That's what I'm saying. Just get him a real feud, and no disrespect to Cameron Grimes, it's not a real feud. No, get him a established NXT champion former.
This feud worked for Cameron Grimes and LA Knight because it kept them both on TV while other things didn't have room.
Exactly.
So both of these guys got to work. They worked well together. The promos they cut back and forth, and sure, the Butler thing didn't play out the way I
I thought it was gonna be a little bit better.
But it worked for both of them. So they're still on TV.
Yeah.
And we go back to that point every week. It's you're on TV.
Yeah, that's kind of
TV
at the end of the day. Yeah, you want
time.
your championships, but you're on TV.
Yeah.
That's you could say that a lot. Jeez. You can say that more than for other people.
Yeah. How many other people do you know that just got cut?
Yeah.
Don't even have a job.
And you're on TV. So count your blessings.
Yeah. All right, man. That's
Is that really it for NXT? I feel like that was
the other woman.
Oh, yeah. What's her name? Gigi.
Yeah. I guess a little Mandy Rose.
Yeah,
backstage, and then
little hints,
and then a squash match.
Yeah, I don't know. She's all right. I like her.
She's okay.
I thought she's okay.
See what happens.
Oh, and what about Dakota beating Sarai?
Clean?
Sarai? Yeah, just winning.
Yeah, I get it. You want Dakota to look strong, but
maybe somebody else.
Triple H made the biggest deal about Sarai.
Yeah,
and
maybe have her beat somebody else.
And sure, they wrestled for a little bit. It was a good match, but got beat clean.
Yeah, just lost. You could have. I don't know. You could have. You could have had Dakota just get counted out.
Your women's tag titles aren't on TV ever.
Yeah, no. That's it's weird.
There's not enough women down there right now
to be tag
warrant
teams. That's
this
the
tag
problem.
team title.
Yeah. And the thing there was at the time,
and
it fizzled out so fast.
Yeah, they just pulled everybody.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta get Io back on TV. People like Io.
Yeah, Io's good. I like Io. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I had one other thing about NXT. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, the index stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny, funny.
Yeah. And it seems like he did mention Theory about talking about finding where Theory is. So.
Yeah, I wonder what they're doing with that. He's been off now, what, 3 weeks? 2
weeks?
2?
Yeah, 2 weeks. It was the week before the Lover or Loser.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see what happens. I want to see Theory back. You talk about the rebrand to NXT. That's a guy that'll fit perfect.
Absolutely.
Young
I would like that a lot. He's good. So, yeah, definitely get him in there. Bring him up even. I don't care.
Loomis is, he's Loomis. It's fun. He's a fun character. He's talented. I assume this is going to end up with another match of Johnny and Loomis.
Somehow, probably, yeah. But
I just assume that, but I could be wrong. Or maybe the entire opposite happens. Maybe they become friends.
Best friends in the whole wide world.
He's in the way. Yeah, who knows?
Loomis used to think of himself as a one-man wolf pack.
Yeah, he just starts cutting hangover promos and now this lone wolf has found his wolf pack. That would be
joins the way.
Actually hilarious.
I would be all in for
that would actually
Loomis
be
in the way.
Yeah,
100%.
If all of a sudden his character split from this dark, ominous, doesn't speak any words, just this happy-go-lucky.
Yeah,
I don't think he could pull it off.
No, not at all. But
it would
it's
be
fine.
funny.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
All right, that's really it for this
That
week.
wraps it up.
You want to do a quick match recommendation?
Yeah, you go first. Let's hear it.
You go first because
Okay.
I know which match it is. I have to find the date.
I believe it's SummerSlam 2001. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but SummerSlam 2001, Kurt Angle and Stone Cold Steve Austin absolutely tear the house down. I mean, a phenomenal match. You got two of the all-time greats getting after it. Pretty timely after, the U.S. just took gold in wrestling for like 4 weight classes.
Yes, we did.
So, shout out to Kurt Angle. Go watch that. SummerSlam season, Olympic season. Kurt Angle versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, SummerSlam 2001.
I'm going to save my SummerSlam recommendation for next week, personally. So I'm going to do a little NXT one just because, NXT was good this week. We'll talk about it. NXT Takeover Our Evolution. December 11th, 2014. Sami Zayn and Neville. Sami's last chance at the belt or he leaves the company.
Yeah.
Fire match. They go for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Honestly, a pretty good card all the way through. Kevin Owens' debut that night. Just give it a watch. Really, really great stuff out of two guys that were just working at the time.
Yeah, back when Neville was, something to see. Not saying he's not now, but Neville, the top of his game in NXT.
Yeah, definitely.
Really good.
So yeah, go check it out. Follow us on the socials, Instagram and Twitter, resthold_pod. Same thing on Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe down below. Little challenge for you guys. Tell one person about the podcast this week,
Yeah, tell a friend. Come on.
Someone that doesn't really watch wrestling, maybe, get him into it. One of my friends actually mentioned that, he was kind of out on wrestling a little bit, but, started watching the podcast again, got interested. So, if you got somebody out there that, looking for something to do, send them our way.
We appreciate all the support. Throw a like, subscribe, comment. We're active on socials, so if you guys you got wrestling takes, you got questions, you want to talk, let us know, man.
Anything you got, let us know. All
Thanks.
right, guys.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.